Hey guys, welcome back to another Monster Hunter video. I'm here to showcase you guys another longsword build, and first of all, I just want to thank everyone for all the amount of support that has been in the previous Monster Hunter videos, whether it is the longsword builds or my first encounter hunts. Thank you again so much. I really do appreciate it, and I've been reading some of your guys' comments from the longsword builds, and I'm sort of inspired by you guys, and that's why I made this. Now, this build probably won't be relevant once the August update comes in, and to be honest, it's kind of unfortunate because hopefully I won't upload this way too late, but I'm going to show it anyway just in case you guys are just want to grind it or you want to use it as reference. And to be brutally honest with you, with this certain set, I'm not necessarily confident with it, other than, then again, it's not my biggest playstyle because there's no evade extender. I really love evade extender. Now, throughout my whole entire Monster Hunter Sunbreak playthrough, I did not use evade extender because I didn't really think it was as relevant, but ever since I tried it out with the Furious Withdrawing full armor set, I was like, yo, evade extender is actually pretty underrated. It really helps throughout these fights, especially for like longsword users, because we have no defense, we have no shield or anything. Anyway, this build prioritizes on a good overall set to use, has decent amount of defense, along with this one squeezes in a bit more skills in, along with having much more damage. Because I know in the previous comments of what you guys said, maybe I could squeeze in a bit more. Here's the set. I'm not trying to make this video long, but the thing about it, I'm gonna be showcasing 3 builds, so this video may be long, and to be honest, I may have to explain something, so I apologize if the video ends up being incredibly long for whatever it is. But basically, this whole set is very similar to the previous set that I mentioned. And by the way, if you guys are new to the channel or video, I made a previous set that really prioritizes on critical boost, just a good overall like longsword build to have, because it has good damage, it has good skills and good armor pieces, it has a good amount of defense, and evade extender is literally on there as well. So I recommend you guys check that one out instead of this. But if you guys want to squeeze in more power, but the con about this is the sacrifice is that there's no evade extender for this at all. So just a quick warning. But I did make the third build I'll showcase to you guys does have evade extender. Thing is, there is some sacrifices here and there, and I'll explain everything throughout the video, so bear with me. Anyway, so this is pretty much my set. This is we're still using pretty much almost the same thing of my previous build, except that I replaced the pants or the greaves, which is the snow shear greaves. It gives attack boost. The reason why it's on level 3 because I put a jewel on it. Again, the default skill gives level 2 along with latent power and grinder S. Grinder S is something new, something to do with sharpness. Gonna be very useful, but it's for the other builds. You don't really need grinder S to be honest for this particular build. Rarely does any sharpening, but again, it's just nice to have it on. It's gonna be very useful for my other variations of builds I'll showcase later. So with the talisman basically determines your build, and for here, again, I'm gonna showcase this with the most realistic build as possible of what you guys can get, because again, I don't use cheats or mods for the game at all. I like to have the genuine, or like not genuine, or more of the authentic experience to have, especially when dealing with the randomness, despite how I hate it in Rise and Sunbreak. And the purpose of these guide videos is to showcase like what you guys could realistically get, and what you guys could utilize and be optimal with. So for here, you could simply get a talisman from the Moonbow melding pot, and you could also like get something very similar from the randomizer from the new melding pots as well. But this talisman gives me quick sheath level 2 along with a level 2 decoration slot, along with 2 other level 1 decoration slots. My bad. This is gonna be very useful because quick sheath is a necessity for the longsword. These are the current stats. Yes, we're on -5% affinity, but again, it's gonna vary once we start hitting like monsters and stuff. Like literally, I'm not kidding. The affinity and attack, it literally varies depending on what area of the monster you're hitting at, and also you're gonna see the stats will be increased literally once we head into the train room. You'll see. Here are the skills. And the reason why I took out a Soaring Kick is because since you're very slow and there's no evade extender on here, Tempered Spirit Blade is the most important thing to utilize for this build, since you're going to be very stagnant. And with Tempered Spirit Blade, it's very important to use because it'll help you parry a lot, and the cooldown for the Wire Bugs is super fast as well. You don't even need Wire Bug Whisper for this. And I know you guys said, hey, you should probably use Wire Bug Whisper because it's a good necessity for the longsword. But to be honest, I don't know. And I also couldn't really fit one in, so yo, pause. But yes, you know, here's the stats. Attack boost, critical eye, critical boost, weakness exploit, quick sheath, stun resistance level 3, and here are the other level 1s. Again, there's not much of necessity on here. Like, you don't really need the level 1s on here. This is what you pretty much should prioritize as the first page, is stun resistance, weakness exploit, quick sheath, critical boost, critical eye, and attack boost. Now let's head to the training room, baby. So the reason why I said the reason why I said Tempered Spirit Blade is important, because again, look how fast you could parry, and along with that, look at the Wire Bug cooldown. It just comes back immediately. So you don't need to worry about the cooldowns for here. And honestly, you'll be doing chunks of damage with this build. I mean, look at the damage we're already doing. I mean, we're not even doing the full-on damage yet. Look at again, the chunks of damage we could do with this is amazing. So here, this is what. So pretty much, we're going to a base attack of 454, along with our affinity like rising up depending on where we hit, because the critical boost and weakness exploit is like kicking in. And not only that, latent power of this build is very important, because latent power kicks in by 10%. It will kick in eventually within a minute or 2 minutes, depending on the scenario of the hunt you're in, whether you're near a monster. If you want more info on how it works, Gaijin Hunter broke down how the skill is used, so I will link it down below if you guys want more reference. But yes, latent power gives 10% affinity as well, but that hasn't kicked in yet. You'll know when it kicks in when you see your left arm literally glowing. But I guess the thing is, what you guys really want to see is the damage like I could do. This could go up to 2,000 damage, and originally this was for I was about to say originally this was supposed to be a raw build showcase for you guys, but I wasn't able to make as much of a good raw build. So again, this is just more squeezing a bit more damage compared to last time. So yeah. And also, by the way, there is my lane power kicking in, so we do have now the 10%. So that's why our affinity on our base stats is increased by 5. But once we evolve ourselves by attacking the monster, just keeps going up, goes up towards 20, and our attack is on 468. Again, it varies on the scenario you're in, you know, with the attack. And if you want latent power to kick in, it kicks in basically when you are attacking a monster for a minute or 2 minutes, or when you're near a monster. So I don't know. The thing is, I don't know if it ever kicks in literally like again during a fight, because eventually it will go away. But the thing about it is, I have no idea if it ever comes back. So I don't really pay attention whether it comes back. But again, I hope this longsword build helps, and this is probably the most ideal longsword for you guys to use when I was creating this. And here is the skills again. And if you can, with your talisman or whatever slots that is available, again, I hope you guys use this as reference, and maybe you guys could improve upon it and maybe add better skills. But this is what I found if you guys want the most realistic, ideal longsword build to have. So I'm going to show you my second longsword build. So I was very iffy on showcasing this build because it uses a talisman that probably you guys may be very unlucky for. Like, I was very lucky on getting this talisman. I got a quick sheath level 3 with a decoration slot level 2 along with other decoration slot level 1s. I just got very lucky on here. This may be hard for you to grind, but it is possible, because if I got it, you may get it as well. I don't mod or cheat the game, because the purpose of making these guide videos is to literally help you guys make the most optimal and decent longsword builds without heavily relying on the RNG. I feel like this sort of contradicts my philosophy on making these guide videos, but I know you guys sort of wanted me to squeeze in more skills, so it was sort of hard to do that without modding the game or cheating. So this is the best I have, and I sneaked in critical boost, put in speed sharpening because this is going to be very important. The con about this build, the sharpness is very low on here as well. So, oh yeah, and here's the stats, here's the skills. And we're on level 6. Attack boost, critical eye is on level 5. I recommend you to put level 3 stun resistance since you don't have evade extender at all. The reason why I don't have stun resistance on level 3 is because I put free mill. I'm probably going to replace that. I forgot to do that. But what's very important in this build is not just latent power itself, but protective polish and grinder S. With grinder S, the effect activates for 60 seconds when sharpness recovers 3 levels. So, if you don't want to actually sharpen consistently with this build, you could wait until your sharpness drops to green, which may take some time. You could sharpen again along with protective polish, and it will help maintain your purple sharpness for a longer amount of time. Yeah, like you would be sharpening a lot for this build. That's why I was sort of iffy, you know, on this, but I will showcase how grinder works. Let me drop my sharpness to green though. I wish there was an option to do that, especially when you have new skills like that, you know. But what is actually really cool about this build, even if we're not on purple sharpness, or eventually we will, we're gonna be maintaining still the chunks of damage. So imagine having grinder and protective polish help you maintain the purple. You'll be doing much better like damage over time. It's really just gonna help you maintaining and not worrying about sharpening a lot. Because even if you go to blue too, here's the damage you're gonna be doing. We're just always hitting 40/100s. Right when I said that, I went to 78. But yes, 200 each slice on blue. So we're still doing chunks of damage. And again, I think this is actually a convenient combination to do with those two set of skills, because you lose sharpness very quickly with this longsword. And also, like, the fact that we don't have Diora's soul, it kind of sucks, you know, like, because that really helps a lot. But we are on finally green sharpness, so when you hit that, when grinder S is activated and we're able to maintain our sharpness and still able to do chunks of damage. Now, this hits for actually 2000. I know I went to 1400 to 1600. That's actually very good still. But I hit at the wrong angle, but I will showcase to you guys why like this set is actually good with its raw damage, because it also goes for 2000 if you guys want to actually use this. All the sets that I made, they all hit for 2000, so don't worry. Don't worry what build you may pick. Oh my god, I think Grinder S actually does way more damage too for us. That's the most I actually ever did. I never seen that much damage before. What? Oh my god, we hit for 2200 with this set of build. So here's a bit of a recap. And the reason why Grinder S is important, I think Grinder S actually gives more damage. So if you guys could actually sneak in a level 2, because you could sharpen on blue if it's on level 2, because it'll activate for 60 seconds when sharpness recovers 2 levels. Unfortunately for level 3, it doesn't sharpen for 3 levels. I wish it was like that. But if you could sneak in a level 2 somehow, and here's my equipment, use it as reference. I think it will be a good way for you guys to you know, use for more damage. But I mean, there you have it. That was a lot of damage. So now I'm going to showcase you guys my final build, which is sort of a nerfed version amongst the two, but it utilizes evade extender. So you're gonna have much more mobility on here. Unfortunately, again, like I said, you might have to use a rare talisman like me, because I don't think this is an uncommon thing to grind for. This is actually pretty much a rare thing. I got very lucky. Hopefully you guys could find some sort of way to grind for. Again, that's why I highly recommend using build 1. And by the way, with the Grinder S ability, you literally could use it for any of the builds, even the first build I showcased to you guys. It's just that build 1 uses a lot of has a lot of sharpness. That's why I didn't showcase it for that one. Yeah, build 2 is the most convenient one, since you could lose sharpness quickly, and then you could earn damage very quickly with it as well. So, and again, this is pretty much the same set I'm using, and like from build 2. It's just that I just switched my my jewel to evade extender level 2. So here are the skills, and let's see how much damage we could do with Grinder S and without it. Okay, we finally reached to green sharpness. Let's see how this is gonna be like with Grinder. And also, yes, we do have Polisher still. Again, we hit that wrong, so we're gonna do it one more time. Yeah, so guys, I don't know why, but maybe I'm just hitting it at the wrong angle, but yeah, for some reason Grinder S is just not or like for some reason I can't do big damage with it. So, but I'll still showcase the base damage of how it's like with just using it normally, just like build 1. We're still able to hit for 2,000, but again, let me try to go one more time, just see how Grinder S works. I want to see the max damage, so you guys could don't think I'm literally crazy. But yeah, like that's so weird how like sometimes if like you have to be really perfect on the angle you're at if you want the big damage. Because again, for build 2, I didn't know I could actually reach up to like 2,200 or 2,300 damage. I thought that was insane. So. Let me fast forward to once I get a green sharpness one more time. Okay, we reached green sharpness. Hopefully I could get this right this time, and we have latent power as well. Let's wait for it a little bit when the head moves. No, yeah, like for some reason it just doesn't want to give it. Yeah, I have no idea why. I absolutely have no idea why when Grinder S is activated, the damage numbers are completely different. So again, I don't know the math to like everything of like how this works, but something's up. It's unfortunate, but it's still good damage. 1,400 to 1,600, like I'll take it. Oh, there we go, 2,200. There we go. So. This could pretty much do the same amount of damage just like build 2, and I'm pretty sure build 1 as well. Let's actually see. But yeah, I hope you guys find this video useful, use it as reference. Again, this is all purely without any mods whatsoever. I'm not trying to do that at all. Still trying to have the authentic experience again. I can't emphasize it enough because I don't like doing that. So yeah, if you want to try a build 3 with evade extender, for those who want more mobility, go for it. But yeah, let's try this one out. Reason why it's not as convenient to use build 1 for Grinder, because again, the sharpness takes forever. Look how much purple sharpness will do. But since I'm very curious of like how this works, you know, and with the power of editing, you guys will see it. Okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, that took forever. It took forever to raise down the sharpness, so I don't recommend Grinder S on build 1 or trying to activate it. But since we're here now, and no latent power has kicked in yet, here we go. Let's just see. I hope things work out. It takes forever to do. Oh, yep, pretty much the same damage as what we did before. This one is just really more consistent on each slice of the damage. We'll do it one more time. But yeah, highly don't recommend. Not even worth. You could just do way faster DPS when you're always on purple. No, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but not worth to always put your sharpness all the way to green. So yeah, it's most convenient for build 1. I mean, for build 2 and 3. Anyway, I hope you guys use pretty much the builds as reference. Maybe it could help you build a way much better longsword build than mine. Any thoughts to the 3 builds that I showcased? We'll love your feedback, and I'll do my best, you know, in future videos to make a much more convenient one. We'll see, but thank you again. Hope everything works out, and happy hunting.